As humans living in this new era of social media, comparisons, and judgment, oftentimes we are afraid to start new things in life. We are afraid of other people's opinion. We are afraid of failure. We get discouraged. We don't get out of this comfortable, safe, and certain bubble that we are in. And so we stay stationary. Other times we want it all from the beginning. We don't start new goals as long as we cannot have the profits from it early on. We see successful people in social media. We fantasize about being in their position, but we tend to ignore what hides behind all that success. We want to be in their position, but we want it now. And as long as we cannot have it in the near future, we are not willing to make a long-term plan for it. If this is your first time here, my name is Konstantinos Kifonidis, and in this video I'm going to talk about what the 3-year rule actually means. What does it hide behind it? Then I'm going to give you some advice on how to utilize the 3-year rule, how to make a long-term plan for it, and then I'm going to talk about my goals for the next 3 years. And by the end of this video, I believe that I will have pushed you to do the same, to make a plan, and also I will have changed your perspective on your growth and your future. Now, the 3-year rule. I saw a video about it from Matt D'Avella, and to be honest, it kind of made me feel good. It matched the beliefs that I already had in my mind, and the fact that it all came out of his mouth kind of gave me the confidence that I was actually right before starting this YouTube channel. Goals are rarely achieved in a short amount of time. The people that had fast success were either too lucky or they were too smart to take advantage of a situation early on. But in the vast majority of the cases, working hard for a short amount of time or not being consistent is always a recipe for failure. But if we focused on achieving something and we worked hard for it for a 3-year period of time or even more, we would probably succeed at whatever we are trying to do. Another thing is that when we put ourselves in a position to think that we have to succeed early on at something, now all these small difficulties and all these small failures are gaining more and more importance because they take a bigger percentage out of this short journey. They seem more difficult to solve and usually they make us quit. But what if we created a long-term plan to get to where we want to be in life? Now all these tough moments don't matter as much because they take a small percentage out of this long journey. We have more room to investigate, we have more room for failure, we have more room to adapt in this longer period of time. Think about all these failures and all these embarrassments that you have experienced until today. Think about how much they affected you and how much they hurt your feelings that specific time. But right now, they don't mean anything to you. In fact, you have forgotten most of them. And that's because life is a really long journey. Now, growing anything from zero is really hard in the beginning, but that's the most critical part. It's always hard to get those 10 first clients when you open a business. It's always hard to get those first 500 subscribers in my case. But as soon as that first hill is climbed, now the 10 clients bring 15. And the 15 becomes 25, and so it goes on and on. It gains more traction until it skyrockets. But these first stages are the most unpleasant ones. They take a lot of time and effort, and in most cases they are the ones that make us quit. A lot of people are not willing to work long enough to see results. And that's what the 3-year rule stands for. Now, the most important step of the 3-year rule is finding those 1 or 2 things that you are willing to sacrifice your time on. And if you would ask me, those should be based on 2 main principles. Number 1 is, of course, that they should be things that you love and that you enjoy doing. And number 2, they should have the potential of being profitable in the future so that you can then live off of what you've worked for. Those are, in my opinion, the two principles that are gonna push you along the way. After that comes creating a specific plan for it. You can't just set goals and not have a weekly or a monthly plan for them. So find out what works best for you. How many hours a day are you willing to spend on these goals? What are you trying to achieve in a single day or a single week? By breaking it down in small steps, it's a lot easier to stay consistent on the good days and on the tough ones, because a lot of times a goal might seem way too far away or way too unachievable, but as long as we follow the plan, as long as we know what we have to take care of every single day, it becomes way easier to stay focused and it starts to appear closer and closer. And that's my mentality for this YouTube thing. Since the beginning of this year, I have set a goal of posting one video ideally per week or per 10 days, depending on my college schedule, no matter what. I might currently put a crazy amount of effort for the production of a single video just to average 300 views on it, but I keep being consistent because this is something that I chose to do based on the two principles, and I also understand the 3-year rule. The first steps are always the toughest ones. They are not meant to be fair. I always celebrate when I see +1 on the subscribers count or when I get a supportive comment, but I also don't stress when I see -1 on the subscribers count or when a video does not do well, because I give myself room for failure by knowing that this is a long road, and I know that if I put the effort and I learn from my mistakes, it will glow up. It just has to. So with all that being said, now I'm going to talk about how I envision myself 3 years from now. As many of you already know, I have two main goals for the near future, and that's number 1, to get my bachelor's degree in physical therapy, and number 2, to grow this YouTube channel alongside with it. So to be more specific, in 3 years from now, I will be studying abroad for a master's degree in physical therapy or chiropractic. I will have reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I will also be able to pay my own expenses. I'm not afraid to set big goals like that because I know that this is the right path that I want to follow. Setting the bar high for my own self is also going to push me throughout this whole journey. It's a way of motivating my own self. Most people don't set big goals like that because they have not found their main interests, or they're just not willing to take the challenge. And now that the video is over, I encourage you to set the bar high for yourself too. Let's make sure that it feels good when we come back in 2024 to rewatch this video, okay? I hope that you got some value, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. I hope that you got some value out of this video. If you liked it, drop a like. If you're not subscribed, if you liked it, drop a like. If not, subscribe, because you're gonna like it in the future.
Τέλεια. Σας ευχαριστώ.